Hello everyone, today's video is a simple fluff of one of my favorite ship for my 4K celebration. Hope you like it. Disclaimer. The characters' behavior are different from the canon Haikyuu characters. This story is pure fiction that I came up with my sleep-deprived mind. As always, I give all the credits to the owner of the video, songs, and photos used. Now on to the video. Toru wakes up groggily, too early to even come to his senses. He blinks. Once. Twice. And sees that it's already morning. He tries to move to grab his phone from the nightstand, but a heavy weight on his waist restricts him to do so. He sees the tanned arm holding his waist tight. He came to his senses as he realized that was being spooned by his husband. He tries to remove the arm on his waist but only managed to move a little, conscious that it might wake up his lover. He managed to get his phone and sees that it was a reasonable time to wake up because the phone reads 8:40 a.m. He puts the phone back and tries to turn to face his husband's sleeping face. He sighs happily. This is why I love mornings. After enjoying the other's warmth, he decided to at least be productive. He wiggles out of his husband's embrace. He hears Hajime groans, but Toru slipped a pillow, which then was his substitute. Toru moves to the bathroom. He brushes his teeth and washes his face. Feeling a little refreshed, not as refreshed after a shower, he goes to the kitchen to prepare breakfast, even though he's sure that Hajime would wake up anytime soon. He was in the middle of putting another batch of pancake batter to the pan when he feels himself being held tightly, inhaling the familiar scent as his back collided with a chest, Hajime trailing kisses on his neck. Hajime murmurs something that he can't hear clearly. I can't hear you, baby. I said I didn't know that I had a pretty wife who looks delectable while cooking. Hajime, how come you're so shameless this early in the morning? Shut up, it's because of your influence. The past you would have collapsed while being flustered. Well, such a shame that the past me haven't got a chance to see you in only my shirt with an apron on. Hajime, stop, I think my heart can't handle this. It's too early. This is a revenge for embarrassing me in the past with your advances. I think it's my time to be shameless since you now have my surname. Toru tries his hard to continue buttering up the pan with the heat on the lowest. He's used to the affection since Hajime had been clingy when it's only them for a long time now. He feels the other sucking on his neck. He doesn't even have to look at the mirror to know that he's full of marks, the aftermath of what they had done last night. Baby, stop distracting me, I have to finish the pancakes. Let me, Toru. You look good like this that it makes me reconsider on what I'll eat first. Toru scoffs. Knowing how his husband's caveman mind works, he's hungry for food, so Toru agrees with him. Sheesh, okay, you finish this while I prepare our coffee and set the table. That's a good wife. This good wife will add salt and vinegar instead of sugar if you don't cut that off. Okay, I'll listen to you, love. Hajime chuckles. He turns Toru towards him and peppers kisses to his annoyed husband's face. Breakfast was great, just another day of domesticity around the IwaOi household. After a long time of long-distance relationship, seeing each other's grainy faces on the phone screen, and messy schedules, the two of them finally gets to have a lot of time together after settling down, especially now that Toru managed to have his long-awaited vacation that he plans to spend with his husband. That's why mornings like this matters to them, with the air of domesticity and happiness of each other surrounds them. They finished washing the dishes and head to the living room, Hajime quickly pulling him down in his lap, but Toru straddles him instead and lays down his head on Iwa's shoulder while clinging like a koala. Do we have plans for today? Nope, let's just stay here. I don't feel like doing anything at all. Me too, I'd rather be with you in our home. Yeah, our home. Toru smiles at the other while absent-mindedly fiddles with the ring on his finger. He still can't believe how he got all of this. His dream and a husband who looks at him like he's the only person he sees. Let's just be lazy today. I don't even care about anything as long as I get to hold you as long as I can. I'm not going anywhere, baby. We still have a couple of weeks left before I head back to Argentina. That's why I'm going to keep you by myself. Haha, my handsome caveman. Oi, who are calling caveman? Hajime made a move to flick Toru's nose. Toru chuckles and moved up to face Hajime, still straddling him. He lands a peck on the other's lips. Chibi-chan, Suga, and Sumo asked me to hang out any time this week. That's fine, I mean I'm still the one you'll go home to. Who are you and what did you do to my Iwa-chan? You can't call me that anymore, we have the same surname, love. That's true. Toru sighs happily while smiling stupidly as his heart feels like bursting from happiness. Laying his head on Hajime's neck and feeling the other's fastening pulse means that Hajime's also feeling it. The day progressed so fast, but both were okay with that because not a time was wasted doing domestic things in their home with occasional short makeouts at almost everywhere in the room. Toru swears he can hear Kyutani say, "You two are so whipped with each other that I want to puke, disgusting." To which Maki and Matsun, being the shitheads they are, just burst out laughing. Toru chuckles at the memory while taking bites of the milk bread that Hajime baked for him earlier. "What are you giggling at?" "Nothing." If my wife say so." "Hajime, I don't know why you insist on calling me wife when you know what's in between my legs. I think I need to examine again to make sure, like really thoroughly physically examine it to be sure. I think I've created an insatiable and insufferable flirty monster. You like it anyway." "Who told you that?" "You did, last night." "Hajime, why are you making me feel like I have a high school crush again?" I wonder, who was this high school crush?" "Well, he looked like a cute porcupine. He keeps hitting me as a sign of affection and was a little smaller compared to me." Hajime pinches his waist while Toru keeps on laughing, milk bread still a little warm on his plate. "You know damn well that your crush is nowhere near small." "Oh no, I think I've forgotten. I think I also have a thorough examination to do myself. Well, if you say so." After spending half of the day basking in each other's arms, they showered then decided to watch movies. Still feeling lazy, they cuddle while watching anything that caught their interests in Netflix, although they miss some parts because "Your lips look lonely, Hajime." And "Wow, your lips taste much better than this chocolate, Toru." After a while, Hajime hears soft snores from Toru. He realized how much Toru needed this break because he knows how worked up the other gets and how Toru often forgets that he has limits. But of course, knowing his husband, an Iwaizumi, Toru never stops until he breaks those barriers. But after a talk from the doctor and countless scoldings from Hajime, and maybe a little bit from his teammates, Toru managed to be convinced to seek out training and tips from an instructor to find his body's balance when practicing and playing volleyball. Hajime stares at his best friend, the most important person in his life, and holds him tighter, to which the other lets out a small noise from the gesture. They were each other's firsts for a lot of things. How they managed to still gravitate to one another even after everything they've been through is still a mystery to Hajime, but all he knows is that the person in his arms is the one he's the most thankful for. Toru wakes up from the nap and notices that Hajime isn't in the bed with him. He walks down the stairs and hears Hajime talking to someone in the living room. He sees someone that he didn't expect that he would see soon. He narrows his eyes. When Hajime notices him, he looks amused and grins at Toru. "You should have come to Shiratorizawa." Toru groans while Wakatoshi is still looking at him seriously, but it doesn't take long until his expression changes into an amused one with a small smile. "Oshiwaka-chan, why are you annoying me the first moment I wake up?" "Don't blame me, blame your husband. He's the one who asked to do it when you arrive." He looks at his annoying husband, as he walks and sets himself down beside the couch and crosses his arms. "I will never forget the agony I felt when you guys sent me a selfie. How can I forget when my phone didn't stop for an hour because you were cursing at me? What were you doing here anyway?" "I was handing papers needed for a consult with our athletic trainer and team physician." "Oh, okay. How's Tendo?" "He's doing great. He's still in Paris, but he said he'll come home soon." "I'll hope to see him soon too. Me and the others miss him as well." "I'll make sure to tell him that." Wakatoshi's phone suddenly rings. He excuses himself to take the call. Toru is still crossing his arms, with a subtle pout. "Hey, you're still mad about that? You gave me a heart attack." "It's okay though." "What? You look cute when you're angry." Toru gapes at him, still with his arms crossed while Hajime is sporting a teasing smile at him. "I can't believe that came out of your mouth." "See? Cute. They hear Wakatoshi come back. He's sporting the neutral expression that Toro is familiar with. I have to go. Hiragami told us to meet up. Enjoy your break, Iwaizumi. You too, Oikawa. Thank you, Ushijima. Bye. As the door closes, the clingy octopus comes back and latches onto Toro. Toro leads them to the bedroom, resuming their lazy day. Hajime might have been clingy, but ever since Toro came back, it's like he doesn't even want to waste time holding him. They are now in the bed, Hajime spooning Toro. What's gotten you so clingy? I miss you. Miss you so much. Hajime. It's just we're both busy that I don't want to waste time before we're separated again. I miss you too, so much, baby. Just remember that even if we're far away from each other, wherever you are, you're still my home. Same to you. Let's just see what the future holds. I love you, Iwa-chan. I love you too, Shitikawa. Hey. Hello everyone, that's it for the video. Hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. Remember to take care of yourself and to stand day 6 for a successful future.